welcome to Conscious Business Talks. Here we are on Thursday again, and today I thought that I was going to have something awesome to share with you that I've been really excited about. I've been working on. I am actually feeling more and more excited about it as I go, but it was just, hang on with me for a second. Just so see, I didn't have the banner, so you probably would have had to refer back to what we were talking on today. And we are talking about stages, but we're not talking about stages like, here's a stage, I'm giving a talk on it. And then again, we're really talking about the biggest stage ever, the different stages in your life that you play on. And what stage are you playing on? Because a few years ago, I read a book and it's called Play Bigger, and it kind of blew my mind and expanded my horizons in a way because it excited me that how incredible human beings are and how much we could take something that seems so constricting and yet make it so expansive. In fact, the constraint becomes the container that inspires new ideas and allows us to do things on a grander scale than we ever imagined. And then more recently, there was a question that this lady, her name is Seelig, and she's a Stanford prof, and she shared something, and it made me think about stages of life and whether, there are all kinds of stages that we play on. It's our family, it's our community, it could be our work, it could be the world. Like, what stage are we playing on? And that was the part that inspired today's talk. And literally, one of the things okay, hang on. Let me see who's here. Hey, Larissa. It is so great to have you with me, love. And as we're talking about stages, you know what? This is so cool because I know Larissa also is an inspired improv actor. I could be wrong. Is it improv? I know you do acting and you do you like drama and dramatic arts and so on. So this is kind of cool because here I have you here with me and I'm talking about stages and what stage are we choosing to be on in this stage of our life? No pun intended, but it kind of fit. Hey, Matt. So great to have you. I don't know. I was thinking you might be on YouTube, but I'm so glad you're here on Facebook. So it was one of these, thoughts that I'm like, okay, so is it that whatever stage we pick, are we stuck with it, or can stages change with the way we envision our life and our future, our present certainly, but also where we want to go? And one thought led to another thought, and I thought we gotta talk about this, especially because, as I shared with you a couple of weeks ago, one of the things that I'm really I can't seem to let it go. I'm inspired by it. I'm challenged by it. And yet all like my creativity is sparking because of it. And that is the opportunity in the threat of displacement because of your choice being challenged, right? So I've been looking at a really fast minimum viable solution to make it possible for us to see if there is any interest and to have people opt in to see what kinds of work they do. Are they looking for something? And it doesn't have to be that they're displaced, but maybe somebody else's displacement and the way people are thinking. And as we look at something, there are certain thoughts that come up, and sometimes they challenge the status quo for us, even though we may not be the ones facing the threat. So because choice is important, it isn't about anybody in particular. It's about anybody who is looking to see, what is it that's coming up for me? And do I want to make a change? Do I want to change the stage I'm playing on? And because of that, I was like, okay, so what's happening is I really wanted to have the link to share with you today, but as I looked on it, it wasn't quite ready, and I have so much respect for the people helping me with this that I'm like, okay, I can't bug my team to do this any faster than they already are. But I'm continuing to have conversations with people who may become really, really valuable partners in this quest to see, is there an opportunity? Is there interest? And as people are opting in, I'm going to count on you guys to share that link with people who may be getting displaced or who may be looking for different choices about their career, about their profession, or about how they want to contribute in the next stage of their life for themselves and for the people they love and the people they really believe need the skills they have, right? So I'll share more on that as we go along, but this particular session of exchange of our thoughts and ideas is based on the stage of life that we are on right now. And the question that popped up for me is, which stage are you on right now? And which one do you want to play out your life next on, like in the future, right? So, oh my goodness, Larissa, I'm at the most creative stage of my life. I love hearing that. And actually, I see that. I don't know. I can only imagine the amazing, powerful human being that you have been in all of your life. But I certainly am witness to what an amazing human being you are at this stage of your life. And I can't wait to see how this stage expands as you grow and evolve. And the same thing with you. I am multi-platforming. And Matt, I know some of your ideas on innovation and exploration and inspiring people to adopt more of that innovative mindset in their everyday life and bringing pools of innovators together so more can be done and created for all of humanity, so to speak, to be able to take and leverage and make use of, for not just for humanity, but for all of creation around us, right? So I love the thoughts and the ideas that you have, and I can't wait to see the stage that you're on right now become even more expansive as more and more people join you on that. And in your mission to have that innovative thought process involved in things that we do and where we can go as humans. Not, where I'm not a giant fan of the feeling of constriction. When I feel constricted, it's not a feeling I enjoy. And especially when I feel that somebody else is putting those bars around me, that's even more distasteful to me. But whenever I hear people like you, and Larissa, you and Vicky and a whole bunch of people, like I meet people every single day who make me go, this is why we are here. This is why. The proof is in the amazingness of human beings and the potential that we all have and what we can aspire to. So I am privileged to be in your company. And Larissa says, the stage of confirming myself to others or the world is in the past. And that bears pondering for a moment, doesn't it? Because so much of our life is actually spent in confirming ourselves to others, to validating our worth to others. And yet the worth is always there, isn't it? Whether you are, and I think I have ranted and raved about it in the past, but certainly whether you're in the world of business or you're in the world of employment to a business, both have worth. As human beings, we have worth, period. It is not something that somebody needs to give to us or we need to confirm or validate. But sometimes I think we just need to part the layers and see it. And I think that confirmation is to ourselves. But a lot of times we make it about others. Anyway, the stage of having others to accept me or love me is over. Now my stage is me. Well, I can't wait to continue to see what you do with this stage, right? Because I was I don't know if you know of the story of Nancy's quiches, right? Because here is a woman who essentially, I could be wrong, but I believe she was homemaker. She was a housewife, and I could be wrong. But the idea is that she was not an entrepreneur. She was by no means known, for having a big business. But she made these amazing quiches, and her friends and family, they loved it so much, so she started making it for them. So the stage she was on before was her immediate family, then the stage with encouragement, and what she chose to do with that encouragement expanded to her friends and family and people that they knew, and making the quiches for them and selling it to them. Then the stage expanded from there to her providing it to the local stores. From that, the stage expanded even more, where she was now providing it to bigger stores. And pretty soon she had, from going from stage to stage to stage, playing on a bigger stage, a bigger yet, and a bigger yet stage. $30 million a year. Nancy's Quiches is one of the biggest suppliers to, I have to remember which big chain, but it was a big food supplier, food manufacturer, so to speak, where they started carrying it as a boxed edition because Nancy's Quiches, the idea was that attractive to them. So it really, going from a house name, so to speak, to a household name, all over the nation, that's a big transition and a big set of transitions. But the idea that I wanted to communicate with that is that it's not just what you envision, but it's the continuing growth and expansion of that vision that is within our choice and within our reach. So what stage are you playing on? And that also, frankly, ties into when I think about the workers being displaced these days. And Vicky Helm called me when we were on, I was on her show, and she said to me, "You're an activist." And I stopped for a second and I thought about it, and I thought, I'm an activist. But then I thought about what I was doing rather than what I was calling myself, and I thought, well, the proof is in the actions. And yes, I do get passionate about certain things that I see out in the world, and I do like to see them in their full potential, and I do put my actions behind them to support them to grow to what they can be and may be, and how many lives they can touch. So this particular passion of mine, because in life, tell me if you resonate, but in life you adopt certain missions and visions and things that may not necessarily have been central in what you were doing, but they connect and complement it at the same time. So this particular thing, because it bugged me that much, is definitely a mission that I've adopted. And as I was picturing the people in the workforce right now who are facing that choice, do I sacrifice my freedom of choice for my livelihood? And what people who may not be facing that choice, but what are they making of that choice as they watch what happens to people facing that choice? That became a project that I'm like, I gotta do something about it, because I can either sit here and complain about it, or I can actually do something that sees the opportunity behind this threat. And it got me thinking about, what stage are these people possibly on? What stage are they on? And what stage are they going to be on next? And how cool is that when if we don't change the status quo, because I can tell myself, I can talk about myself, there are doors that had to forcibly close on me for me to look at other opportunities. At the time, it seemed like that was such a, like, oh my God, like that door just closed. But I also know that I can be, okay, I'm going to go there. I can be quote unquote stupidly loyal. And I would probably not have ever walked away from it. And it is exciting me a little bit on behalf of people who may be seeing this as, oh crap, I can't believe this is a job I've invested so much time and energy and my life into, and now I'm being told I have to pick between my choice for my well-being or my job, my career. What about my bills? All of these things. But this, honestly, is a shakeup of the status quo, and maybe possibly the biggest gift to see what stage are you playing on and what stage do you want to expand it to. Maybe it's in the same career. Maybe nothing has changed about the career, but all that changes is who you're going to be on that stage with. So bear with me as I take a look at the comments and see what we are talking about. Oh, beautiful. Larissa, right now we're collectively in the limited stage of our consciousness evolution, but individually we are stepping out of this limitation. And isn't that an incredible thought in itself, that we are stepping out of the limitations? And I was listening to something that Gary Zukav was talking about, specifically about what's happening these days. And his idea and his thought is that as a species, as humanity, we've been evolving into a higher stage and a higher level of awareness. And because of that, we are actually becoming aware and conscious of things we were not before. So to me, that's exciting as well, that it's not just an individual thing, but more of a collective consciousness rising also. And where we go from that is very much a part of our conscious choice. And I use the word conscious intentionally, because to me, this is such an opportunity, and what an exciting time, even when it seems so constrained and constricted. I was talking to a friend and I said, I'm not quite sure if I'm becoming schizophrenic, bipolar, or just adopting multiple personalities. And I don't say that lightly. It's just that I am some, like, parts of the day I'm seeing something that if I say something that makes me so sad because of where I see things going, then I get pulled into it a little bit until I become conscious of what is there in addition to that and where we could be stepping as human beings. And that pulls me back into a state of excitement. So frankly, I can't tell if the feeling in the pit of my stomach is dread or excitement and anticipation. So help me out here. And I'm sorry if that sounds completely loopy, but that's where I'm at certain times of the day. So like all things, I'm sharing it with you, all my different dimensions as a human in front of you. And Matthew, constriction is not a bad thing if we mean to do it. Jet engines work off controlled constriction. Oh my God. Okay, I love that on so many levels. I may borrow that. That is so cool. Oh, I love that. Okay. See, this is the beauty of having wonderful people with incredible minds and thoughts all around you, because just like propulsion and liftoff, these thoughts just lift me to different ways of thought. I really appreciate that, by the way. Thank you. Okay, and yeah, isn't that an awesome story? There are a few of those, and I'll share, because those are the kind of stories that I kind of, I keep when they come to my mind, or when I'm reading them, or somebody shares it, I'm like, holy moly. You wouldn't think that just in a few short years, somebody could expand their stage to that degree. But with each evolution and each transformation comes a choice. Do you want to go there or not? There's nothing wrong with expanding the stage and the realm that appeals to you the most. There's nothing wrong with it. Why would it be? But the cool thing is that we have the choice to expand the realm of where that stage is and how big it gets. That's the coolest thing. So true. The passion and love for what she's doing brought her from stage to stage. Yes. And Vicky, I'm witness to that. You do love all the things you do, and how fun they are too. It's, oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. But this is a meeting of the minds, right? And with each thought shared, each comment that I'm reading, it also just sparks more thoughts in me. And when we bring that collective consciousness and intelligence together, I don't believe there is any limit to the cool and amazing things we can do, no matter how dire things look around us, right? I just see human beings as so incredible and so beautiful that when I see certain things it's almost like, players on a stage kind of thinking, okay, this is what we're going to do. But when looking at it from a little bit farther perspective, you're like, but we're just so much bigger than that. But it's kind of like, it's kind of cool that you think this can happen this way. But let's see where it actually goes. I have so much belief in human beings that I can't imagine anything but really incredible, amazing things always eventually break through. So that's where I'm hanging my hat on. Yes, we are waking up. I do believe we are. And collective genius. Yes, I love that. The words together, collective genius. So, as I promised, today I can't share that link with you, but I believe I'm going to have that page up and running so soon. And my idea literally is identify if there is interest, identify who is interested, who are the people, what are the skills, what are the intents, what are the dreams, and then connect them with whatever inspires that dream with the right support, and so the right actions or the wrong ones, who cares? Test it out. But my intent is to put as much support and resources around it so that people use that constrictive feeling, that constraint, for what Matt said, for that liftoff, for that propulsion. And I am so freaking excited to see what these amazing human beings, what stage is going to be there for them next. So Conscious Business Talks, this stage that I'm speaking to you on, the whole idea is to bring that expansive thinking around, right? And to provide the resources and the support around creative, inspired, courageous business leaders to have the kind of life that they dreamed of, but may have thought it was impossible for them anymore. But how within that organization to inspire the team to play for that amazing central goal with the kind of vision and mission that just propels us in a forward amazing movement, then that perhaps they didn't think was possible in a fashion that produces riches of all kinds, including financial, right? So that's my whole idea of having this platform, so we can have the profitability and the vision come together in a way that produces and sustains the business world. Because I do believe that the small business world is facing a threat unprecedented. There's so many businesses that have closed, but what an opportunity right now for those business owners to be intentionally looking at what is happening and saying, I've got to look at what's coming up, and could they be my dream team? So looking forward to sharing it with you. Love having you here. Hit that like, follow, or subscribe button and share this with somebody and that you think may get some sparked ideas from it, or know of somebody who may actually have need of it. And together we just grow. Love having you here. Thank you for being here. Mwah! That was so cool. And here we go. Here's some music for you.